Hello, and it's great to be here today. And my question is, what on earth am I here for? I think it's a question everybody asks at some point in their life. And as Christians, I think it's more pertinent because we know that God has designed us and He has created us and He's created for a purpose. And you might be like many Christians and you love God and you know Jesus as a personal friend, yet there's something missing. You know there's something more. You believe there's a purpose for your life, but you've not yet found it. I'm going to read a few bits directly out of my book to cover just a little on this topic today. Did you ever consider that God designed you to link in with Jesus' assignment of restoring the whole earth? There is an opportunity to find out, and hopefully over this next 30 days of September, I'll be able to take you on this journey of finding out your purpose and how it's tied to God's strategy for the transformation of society, a plan that we otherwise is known as the Seven Mountains or the Seven Mountains of Influence. We're all very aware, I think, at the moment, there are so many things about what's going on in society that are like, oh God, come quickly. But we have to go back to Jesus' assignment, which He passed to us. When we look at society today, we can see there's a very real need for change. We acknowledge that society has problems of drugs and violence, lawlessness, crime, religions, abuse, and the list continues. However, there's another way of expressing this. The problem is actually a Christian problem because we have not been doing our job, our assignment. We have not brought the kingdom of God to society. We as Christians often say we have the answers, but where is the evidence of this statement? And why, as Christians, have we not been effective? I think the answers to that I've divided into two groups. One is the church, and the second is the individual. So I'm just going to touch a little bit on where we are in society today, and then tomorrow we'll look further at where we can be moving to. One of the comments made by Pastor Dutch Sheets said, and this is about the church in society, the church which is supposed to be salt and light for this mess is neither. Though a remnant has remained faithful, for the most part, the Church of America has become totally irrelevant and completely ineffective. We have produced lukewarm Christians and a generation that doesn't know God or His ways. Our pulpits are filled with smiles, not tears, entertainment, not passion, and self-help stories, not prophetic truth. Our feel-good messages and mega fun centres have anaesthetised us to the reality of our own condition, and as opposed to offering solutions, are actually part of the problem. We, the church, are not changing the world. We have been conformed to it. It's easier to find the truth about our condition as a nation on talkback radio than in our churches. We have left our first love and abandoned our cause. In short, an apostate church, an ungodly government, and a culture of death, perversion, self-centeredness has earned us an appointment with judgment. Even though these comments were written specifically about the society in the USA, many aspects would apply to most countries of the world. Part of the problem has come that there has been a divide within the church which has placed the clergy in the congregation has been separated. I actually saw this when I went into a church in England, which is about 900-year-old cathedral. And when I looked at it, there was a section where the laity sat, and then there was quite a walk. And when I say a walk, it could have been probably 15, 20 feet. So we're talking 6 or more meters before we got to the clergy or those that were in full-time ministry and where they were preaching. So there was a big divide. And that was a physical divide, but there's been a spiritual divide along those same lines. because they've separated the people and the teaching as like if you're in full-time ministry, you're somehow in more accepted, or it's the better calling. However, when we look at life, most of us Christians are out there on the front lines in business, at our workplaces particularly. And when we look at what society is happening in society, we need to be activated in our places of work, in our places of play, in our places of life. So we come back to, what on earth am I here for? Come with me on this journey through this month, and tomorrow I'll continue unpacking what what our corporate and individual assignment is. Have a blessed day.